Wow, it's been a while. I really want to talk to you about friends and friendship. It's coming up to Christmas and we're all thinking about our friends and relatives. We like to think that we can manage on our own. We pride ourselves in being free, independent, and in control of our own destiny. But it doesn't always work out like that. We all need friends along the way. What would you do for a true friend? Would you get into a fight knowing that you would lose? Would you help your friends to become what they can be, even if that means that you will miss out? And what are friends? A true friend is someone who lets you have total freedom to be yourself. If you are my friend, it doesn't interest me what you do for a living. It doesn't interest me how old you are. It doesn't interest me in what kind of education you've had. It doesn't interest me in the slightest to know how much money you have or where you live. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you will stand in the centre of the fire with me and not shrink back. I want to know if you will look inside yourself. I want to know whether you'll risk looking like a fool for a laugh, for a friend, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. I want to know if you can sit with pain, with your friend's pain or your own, without moving to hide it or fade it or fix it. Ask yourself, have you touched the centre of your own sorrow? I want to know if you can live with joy, your friends or your own. It seems an easy question. But when your friend's life is getting better all the time and you are going through a period of self-doubt, can you still feel happy for them? It doesn't interest me if the story you tell me is true. I'd ask you the question. I'd want to know if you can disappoint another person by telling a lie and still try and be true to yourself. If you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. If you can look inside yourself and be honest in what you see and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty even when it's not pretty. And I mean, can you see the good in someone when it appears that there is none? One of the hardest things in life, and I know this to be true, I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and your friends, to be there for them when they need you the most, and not angry if they cannot be there when you need them. This is about spirit as much as friendship. I want to know if you can get up after a night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and look at the world with a smile on your face. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and if you truly like the company you keep in the empty moments. The people who will make the most difference in your life are not the ones with the most credentials or the most money or the most awards and recognition. They are the ones who care. Throughout, you'll encounter hopes, dreams, challenges, setbacks, new beginnings. Yet despite all this, you must remain true to yourself and your friends. There are times when you'll find out what you're really made of. These are the moments you will find out what kind of person you are, and just as importantly, you will show your friends. These are the times when your character is built. These are the times to overcome obstacles, and it won't be easy. If it were, they wouldn't be called obstacles, and they wouldn't force you to grow. I wish I could have lived my life without making any wrong turns or any mistakes, but that is impossible. A path like that doesn't exist. We fail, we trip, we get lost, we make mistakes, and little by little, one step at a time, we push forward. It's all we can do. On our own 2 feet, is to walk forward into the future, to live our lives, to find our own path, but always be there for your friends. Never doubt them. There is nothing more dreadful than the habit of doubt. Doubt separates people. It is a poison that disintegrates friendships. It is a thorn that irritates and hurts. It is a sword that kills. So despite the bumps and the scratches and the bruises that you are sure to receive along the way, be true to yourself. Do not let your fire go out. Do not let the hero inside you perish. And I'll leave you on this note. If you're listening to this, congratulations, you're alive. And if that's not something to smile about, then I don't know what is.